Hey guys, Q here for thebuttonsmashers.com and this is our review for Assault Spy. After reviewing enough games, you'll realize that some games are difficult to define. They don't meet the requirements to be a perfect gem, and they're not forgettable either. They fit in this small niche sweet spot which we call cult classics. Assault Spy fits that niche. This is a game developed by the one-man development team Wazin and published by a publisher who tends to publish niche titles. It's almost like it was created in the holy grail of nicheness. Assault Spy is an action game similar to the likes of Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. It features a similar grading system that rewards stylistic play over anything else. Each stage is separated into a series of rooms which eventually culminate into a boss battle. Each room has a set amount of enemies which need to be defeated to progress, and these enemies usually come in waves of 2 per room. The enemies in this game are almost all robots. Robots with enough diversity to offer a challenge on normal difficulty. As mentioned before, the game's grading system favors style over everything else. You get higher grades for performing more advanced, varied combos and moves. The highest I got was SS, but I'm sure there's higher than that. The game also has 2 playable characters who each play differently. Asaru, the first of the 2, has a playstyle more in line with what you'd expect from this genre. It's quick, fluid, and encourages less direct play. You need to dodge and use decoys and be patient, striking your opponent when it's most optimal. Amelia, the other playable character, is a bit more direct. Her attacks stun enemies, and some can even grant her temporary immunity to damage. She's sort of like a bulldozer running through everything in front of her, disregarding any opposition. To play as Amelia, you'll need to disregard defense and avoiding adversities. You'll need to go headfirst into battle. Both Asaru and Amelia use the same fundamental button inputs, however their unique approaches to combat results in different uses of the same inputs. Asaru's playstyle requires more use of the dodge button by pressing the square or X, as well as the decoy button. He's capable of using this to his advantage using a bullet time system for near miss attacks similar to the aforementioned Bayonetta. His decoy also allows him to sneak up behind enemies and land devastating combos or a sweet grappling attack. As for Amelia, she favors more attack buttons like the Y, B, or triangle and circle button. Asaru also uses these inputs for combo attacks, but unlike him, Amelia requires the use of holding them to charge her attacks. Amelia also has a literal electric charge ability which generates from combos or when she takes damage. When used in combination with her charge attack, it allows her to make quick work of pretty much any adversary. Both characters also have other special abilities like slowing time and even more powerful attacks. Most of these can be acquired by the game's unlock system. This takes the form of machines placed near the beginning and end of stages. Using them will allow the player to learn new abilities by spending points earned throughout the game. Initially, the player only has access to Asaru's story, with Amelia's being unlocked after she's first encountered by him. Asaru's story mainly consists of him and his sidekick babysitting job / teammate on a spy mission to steal company secrets from a rival company. The two quickly get tied up in a situation much larger than just stealing company secrets when terrorists take over the same company they're infiltrating. Along the way, they meet my waifu, Dr. Fitness Yodnada. And they resolve to saving the company while stealing its secrets. Can we just take a moment to appreciate my doctor? Goodness.
What? 一体何がどうなってるの？君こそ落ち着け。なんだか騒がしい。
As for Amelia's story, it mirrors Asaru's story almost identically, except in it she's a CIA agent with Asaru as the villain. Her story and his are tied together in an interesting way. During the later section of her story, you learn why that is. As you know, I don't like spoilers, so all I'm willing to say is that it includes an interesting twist, which I really liked. Other than the story, there's not much in ways of modes. The most you get outside of the story is a boss attack mode, and that's pretty much it. Visually, Assault Spy is what most would consider bland. The environments are mostly black and white with very angular structures. Now, though this may be pretty bland indeed, it does fit the spy theme of the game. Empty, clean, monocolored environments with few NPCs are what we associate with spies thanks to vintage spy movies. During these levels, you do encounter some NPCs, but they more serve as collectibles than anything else. The game's combat system adds flair to these environments, with particle effects splashing all over the screen. This even happens when your character is running, thus cancelling out the bland look of the environment. As for the cutscenes, they're a mixture of in-game cutscenes with visual novel style portraits with text. It's all heavily anime inspired and, might I say, very beautiful as well. I love the artwork and wish we got more of it, especially a gallery mode. But that's not in the game.
でかいゲートのせいで進めないじゃない。ゲートを開くためにはまずセキュリティをクリアするためのキー認証を集めなければならん。
Assault Spy is also fully voiced in Japanese with English subs. The voice acting sounds really good, but keep in mind I know very little Japanese and can't tell the good from the bad. What I can say is that it sounded good to me, especially when accompanied by the game's soundtrack. All in all, the game seemed very polished. Note the use of the word seems. You see, the game may seem that way at first, but it quickly breaks when applying closer examination. Some button prompts don't show up when they should, images missing or in the wrong place are common, videos not playing, some moves not working when they should, some voices don't work sometimes, and then some. The game is filled with these bugs and they pop up more frequently during Astrid's story more so than Amelia's. For her, I had two notable moments when bugs affected me. One was a move not working when it should, and another was me running off the map and having to reload the area. Thankfully, there are checkpoints everywhere, and most of these issues can be fixed by either pressing buttons or reloading checkpoints. Now, I know all of that sounds daunting, but I'm actually impressed. Remember, this is a game developed by mainly one guy, and it's mostly polished to a high quality. The bugs are minor and can be patched out easily enough. The only thing that bothered me was that it left early access too early.
Michael! あなたどうしたの? Wow! そうよ、この武器そうだったわ。これ最高じゃない、マイケル。何か忘れてると思ってたの。はいはい、こいつはどんな男といたんだね。油もみしたでかすぎるってもんだぜ。
So with all that I've had to say so far about this game, here's my final verdict. When I initially saw Assault Spy back in February 2019 at NIS America's press event, I was entranced by it. At the time, it was one of two games that we weren't aware of prior to the event. And of the two, it seemed to have the better gameplay experience. After playing both games in question, I can confirm that it does indeed meet that expectation, but it also falls short of true excellence. Tiny omissions create a murky suspension in an otherwise great experience. I wish the story offered more. I wish the bugs were fixed before leaving early access. And most of all, I wish there was a gallery mode so I can watch my waifu more. But alas, this is what we received. It's nothing bad, but it does leave you wanting more. However, be mindful that this is done by a solo developer with support from NIS America as the publisher. Taking that into consideration makes the shortcomings of this title much more minor than they are. Assault Spy punches way above its weight, and for that reason I'm fine recommending it to fans of games in the action genre. Thank you very much for watching our review of Assault Spy. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to leave us a like and a comment in the comment section below. And if you'd like to see more content like this from us, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll always know when we put out new content.